Okay, everyone, we are coming around third base. This is our home run. Let's see. So we're going to talk about booking your first client. And if you have booked your first client, and your first client does not have to be your first paying client, feel free to share about it in the chat. Okay. So I was thinking through what's the process, and you actually can go to a lot of workshops around booking your first clients. There's a lot of great information that's out there. So you can take what I say and think, okay, what do I need more of? And look for like James Wedmore. He does a virtual event every year where he talks about how to book your clients. He gets a lot more into the data. So he would be someone to actually follow as well. So his name is James Wedmore, Wedmore. So I was thinking through what's the process to getting our clients. And here's what I think it is. So let's get a little more specific. So what's the solution you want people to enroll in? It could be a coaching session. It could be group coaching. It could be take a survey. If someone takes a survey, I think it's important to think of them as a client. They are giving you something that's valuable. You want to really take care of them. So they are a client. You're going to take care of them. Could be a program you develop. It could be a class. It could be a keynote. So your clients could be an individual or an organization or both. And then, as we get more specific, you could think through a client could be an individual in a certain situation. So let's say you decide you want to do a really simple survey. It could be that you create a simple survey of family caregivers who are in a certain situation. So adult daughters who care for a father with bladder cancer, for instance, then you'd create a survey that's specific about their situation. What do they need? What can't they find? What do they want? It could be that you're trying to find a paying client. It could be that you just want to launch a pilot program. You want to test something out. So Jenny talked about really that she tests things with a beta group. So maybe that's your pilot program. They're not going to pay anything, but they're going to join you in an event, an experience, so that you could test things out. Or it could be an actual market test that you want them to start using a product or a service and let you know, what do they think about it? When we are very general about our description and definition of clients, we are careful to take care of individuals that we interact with. We are nurturing relationships. Everyone's a client. Okay, so then you might think, well, I want to connect with potential clients. I want to somehow market to them so they enroll. So there's different ways to connect, and you can put together 2 or 3 of these or just use one. So you can connect through a social media campaign. Let's say you decide you have a coaching program. You want to enroll people in a coaching program. So every Tuesday at noon, you post a message, and as part of that message, you also include an invitation to join you in a coaching program. If you're looking for people to give you feedback on a product or service, maybe you engage with their content, develop a relationship with them, and then say, you know what, I'm thinking about doing something. I'd love your feedback. You might offer events. You start a newsletter, you create a free resource. I want to mention my perspective on this. Please do what's right for you. However, if you are going to give a freebie away, oftentimes people pay with their email address. If it's a family caregiver, just give it to them. I know that is not the norm. People always want you to collect an email address and subscribe them to your newsletter. If you're going to ask someone for an email address, it's not free. They're paying for it. I would just be careful about how you position the offer if you're going to collect an email address. And honestly, if it's a family caregiver and you've created something that's valuable, just give it to them. Just give it to them. Have all your information in the workbook, for instance, so they can keep connected with you, but just give it to them. So a couple years ago, someone asked me to put together a workbook for working family caregivers. I did it. I just give it to people. I give it to people. Anyone who wants it, they can just get it. Now, I know again that that's different than what most marketers would tell you to do. But again, think about who your market is. It's family caregivers that are always giving something in order to get something else. It could be that you create a podcast series, and at the end of the series, you say, enroll in my special event program workshop. When I was doing events, for instance, the National Caregiving Conference, and we would do the Caring Conference, the presenters would join me for a podcast series. They would give a teaser about the workshop they were going to deliver, and then we would invite everyone to join. Learn more by registering for the National Caregiving Conference. Learn more by joining us at the Caring Conference. So the podcast introduced the speakers, teased the content, got everybody excited about it, and then got people to participate. Once you figure out what's the vehicle that people connect with you, launch it. Now that sounds really easy, and I appreciate that that sentence is easier said than done, but just launch it. Just do it. Just do it. And then create your offer and share it. So for instance, if you decide that you have a really great way to help people set boundaries, perhaps what you do is a social media campaign about the challenges that we have with setting boundaries. You might decide you're going to focus on 5 challenges that keeps us from setting boundaries. And it could be we're people pleasers, and I'm making this up as I go along. So keep that in mind. Could be that we're people pleasers. It could be that we feel guilty about setting boundaries. It could be that we don't understand what boundary we want to set. It could be that past experiences have been setting boundaries that people just don't respect. And it could be that we just don't have the energy to fight people when we set boundaries. So those are the 5 challenges you determine keep us from setting boundaries. So for 5 weeks, you put up information about these are one of the common themes I hear that people say about why it's hard to set a boundary. Explain that challenge and then say, feel free to connect with me for a 1-hour workshop where I help you overcome these challenges so you can set boundaries with challenging family members. And then during your connecting opportunity, you're going to create demand for your offer. So demand for your offer could be, this is the price until midnight on Sunday. This is when enrollment closes. You can enroll through midnight on Saturday. There are 3 spots left. If you enroll today, you get this additional value. If you enroll today, you get this gift, or you could do all of the above. The big thing is demand. It's okay to offer freebies so that you can create demand. You could do, for instance, an introductory offer on a program, and it could be free, for instance. And people enroll. You still set a deadline that they have to enroll by Saturday. And then they participate in the program. And then you're going to collect data about their experience. And then you're going to use that to actually turn the introductory offer that was free into a program that you charge. If you do something that's free to test it out, to see what it's like, to see what people like, to see what it's like for you, to decide what it looks like. Is it 2? Is it 3-hour workshops? Is it 1? Is it on a Saturday? Is it on a Wednesday night? You can also ask for feedback around the experience and ask, what would you pay for this? What do we worry about? What people will pay for, right? What's the price? Oh my gosh, how do I price this? Do something for free. Again, you could have a pilot program with 5 people. You put them through the program, you ask for feedback about the program, and then ask them what would they pay for it. Then you know. And then you do it all again. So you've already figured out what's my marketing, which is really your opportunity for people to connect with you. So you go through, let's say, that whole social media campaign again. You have an offer for people to enroll in a program to help them set boundaries, and you have a price. You could have demand for the program for pricing by a certain day for certain seats to get an additional extra coaching call with you, for instance. And then you can say, people who have completed this program say they like blah, whatever it is that they told you they liked about it, because you have that detail from the pilot program. It's okay to do something for free in order to create something you charge for. We get a lot of pressure within our space, especially as women, that we don't charge for our value. I want to let you know that you want to get good data to charge for your value. Oh yeah, go for it, Jenny. Oh, she's going. Oh, I thought she had a question. Okay. Okay. How does that sound to you? If people give you a hard time, ignore them. I also want to mention something else. I was thinking about this on one of our breaks. So on a regular basis, I'll reach out and schedule a call trying to pitch people on including products or services that I offer. And if you have a call with someone who doesn't get your value, just know they aren't the right target market. So I had a call with someone, I was explaining this to a colleague yesterday. I had a call with a company last fall. The call started, and it just so happened that someone I knew was working for this company now. They hadn't when I knew them. So the call started with this man saying to everybody who was part of this call, "Oh my gosh, Denise, it's so good to meet you. I joined your, I used to do chats on Twitter. I joined your chats every Tuesday. They were phenomenal. They were the things that helped me the most during caregiving. And the relationships that I developed during those care chats are the relationships I keep to this day. Those relationships are things that I really value." I got a ringing endorsement about my work at the start of the call. So then my colleague's colleague, who's running the show, says to me, "Okay, let's get started. Denise, give us an overview." I gave him an overview, and he said to me, "Well, what's the science? What's the science of your work?" I just thought, what are you talking about? What is the science of my work? I just got this ringing endorsement of someone who was so engaged in the work that I developed that he showed up every Tuesday, every week for years, every week for years. I thought, okay, he doesn't get it. We are never going to be on the same page. So I went through the whole blah, 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 and then I thought, okay, he's not a collaborative partner for me. So you're going to have those calls, and that's okay. That's okay. He just isn't the collaborator for me. Okay, so that's the process. How does that sound? Okay, so you probably are thinking, what does this sound like in real life? I'm going to give you an offer so you can hear it in real life. So the process is offer a way to connect, share your offer, enroll, and then collect data around the experience. And that's what we're doing today. And you're going to experience this in other ways as you go out into the world with your business and attend, for instance, like James Wetmore. When he does his free event, he's going to enroll you. He's going to make an offer. You're going to experience this all the time. Pay attention. Go to all these free events in order to experience what the offer is. It's really great in terms of an educational experience around marketing. Okay, so here's my offer. Are you ready? Okay, so we're going to do a big idea masterclass. And I'd love for you to join me. It's a 4-month program. And during that program, you create a 10-minute talk that features your big idea to improve the caregiving experience. And you're going to deliver this big idea during an event we host in October. I've been doing the big idea event in October for the past 4 years. So it's an ongoing event. I have figured out how to attract an audience to this event. So I will do that for you. I will attract an audience for people to actually hear your big idea. In addition, we'll record. So you have a video of your big idea. You get feedback from the audience because that's the big idea event. We present an idea and then we ask the audience to challenge us on it. Isn't that awesome? So you get to refine your idea. That's the whole purpose of it. And everybody helps you refine it because everybody likes the idea of participating in the evolution of an idea. And then it's not just a 10-minute talk. It evolves into your keynote presentation. You get to practice it. So we start in June. We have a prep call. We take July off because it's the summer. In August, you join us again for another meeting and you tell us what your big idea is. We refine it, we tweak it, we work it out with you because I've been doing this for a long time and I have an idea of what a big idea is and what works. And I can also tell you if it's a big idea that the market needs. And then in October, you deliver your idea before an audience. So that's the big idea masterclass. So here's what you get: 4 monthly calls with me, but you work on your ideas between the calls. And then I give you support and feedback on your idea, your presentation content, and your presentation style. And you might think, Denise, why are you the expert? So I can give you some stats around the big ideas I've developed and presented. So if you have used a Net Promoter Score, anybody use Net Promoter Scores with your events? Okay. So a Net Promoter Score lets you know if people really like what you're doing. So for 2 ideas that I've developed over the years and given presentations about, we have Net Promoter Scores of 81 and 75. And anywhere above 80 is in the top percentile. So I have an idea about how to actually create an event, how to create an idea and present it so it resonates with the audience. Okay, so here's your cost, $400. And here's the number of seats, 3. So you see I'm creating demand, right? Because you want a Net Promoter Score, right? You want to be able to tell people, I have a Net Promoter Score. So this is a way to get a Net Promoter Score, which helps you get other things. And then here's my scarcity. So there's only 3 seats. There's your cost. Okay, any questions about this? Because I'm going to tell you another way you can do this. Everybody good? Okay. Or you can enroll in our coaching programs and you can get this for free. And if you're already enrolled as a participant, so Amy, reach out and let me know if you want to do this. Okay. So if you enroll in one of our coaching programs, you get this for free. And again, the number of 3 seats is 3. So there's different coaching programs. So we have a comfort care family coach. That's when you coach family caregivers when palliative care begins. And then you've heard about our certified caregiving consultant program. And those are the time commitments and the cost for those. Okay, any questions? So our Big Ideas Masterclass starts in June. If you just would like to enroll in that, it's for $100. You get a big idea, you get a presentation, you get feedback, you get support, you get testimonials, and you get basically the first iteration of a keynote you take out into the world. If you want to do more than just that, you can enroll in our coaching programs and receive the Big Ideas Masterclass at no charge. Okay, but you might think, oh, I'm not sure about that. So there's other things you can do as well. So we have Pay What You Want available for these programs. So if you think, I'm not sure I really want to go through a training program, what's it like? You can take these programs and pay what you want. You can become an advocate. That's a 1-hour program. You can volunteer to become a mentor. And we're going to add mentors into Caring Our Way. And we're going to have mentors for the workplace and mentors for situations like when a family caregiver is in the emergency room or managing a hospitalization. We'll have volunteers that help support them during an emergency room visit, during a hospitalization, because those are the times you think, oh, I just wish I could text someone who gets it. I don't want to text someone who's going to tell me what to do next, or that I'm not doing enough, or that I'm doing it wrong. I really would like to text someone who says, thank you for what you're doing. And that's our mentor. And then we have a professional listening artist program. And that is a profession who charges for listening sessions. And then if you want to bring the Caregiving Years 6 Stages to a Meaningful Experience to your community, you can enroll in the guide. And if you want to help family caregivers navigate the systems, you can enroll in our Navigator program. Okay, so there's the URL to learn more. And you might think, but I need to see it again in a different way. You can go to Caring Our Way, because I just published, as we were here, an article that has all this laid out for you. So you can review it and see what works for you. And I would say, if you're thinking, I'm not sure, I don't know, take the advocate course. It's 1 hour and it'll help you with so much. Okay, any questions? Okay, what was it like to sit through an offer? Okay, so, right, okay. I wanted, because it's important for you to go sit through an offer, because then you think, I don't want to burden someone with an offer. Did it feel like a burden to you? Right. So it's okay to make an offer. It's good to make an offer. It's good to make an offer. You can make just one offer. I have several offers, but just one offer. Just make one offer. People don't mind. People are interested. People are learning from you as you make an offer. Okay. We are done for today. I'm going to stop the recording, but I'm just going to close it out with our live attendees, because I want to make sure to share the survey link with you guys before we close. So those of you who are watching the archive, thank you so much for watching. We hope you found it helpful, and stay connected with us.